Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I am back with another video here. Fifth game of the year here for the Flyers. They pick up a 5-3 win. First win on the road, starting up against the Edmonton Oilers. The 5-0 Oilers going into this one. One thing I do want to say, it's 12:45 in the morning. After the game, I have to be a little quiet. Everybody in my house is sleeping at the moment, so I do apologize for that. But a lot of good things came out of this game for the Flyers. Some things weren't great. But let's talk about the lines first. Giroux, Couturier, Konechny, Farabee, Brassard, Atkinson, Lindblom, Lawton, James Van Riemsdyk, Aube-Kubel, Thompson, McEwen. Provorov, Braun, Sanheim, Ristolainen, Yandel, and Sealer. Carter Hart gets a start in this one. Obviously, no Ryan Ellis, still day-to-day. He might play tomorrow against Vancouver. We'll see how that kind of works out. With any update if anything came throughout the day from Alain Vigneault, and also for tomorrow if there's anything from morning skate and things like that. But with 3 games in 4 nights, I'm curious to see how the Flyers do that. I wouldn't be surprised if Ellis plays tomorrow, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't either. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not a thing that leads into a long-term thing, but obviously no Ellis in this game was huge, going up against guys like McDavid, Draisaitl, the very good Oilers power play that they had. Going into this, they were 47%, which I had talked about in an article I did, and the Flyers having the 4th best power play at the time. So, obviously these power plays, they had some looks tonight, but let's get into that. So, starting off in this one, first period, Oilers get a power play very early. Ristolainen ends up taking a penalty on his first shift at 18:59. Flyers were very aggressive on this PK. At the blue line, Sealer had a block pass, fantastic PK, aggressive, sticks and leans. They were patient with all that talent. Sanheim and Lawton had a really good stick on McDavid for a chance. It was a very weak call as well. It was a high stick. Very weak call. So, Flyers, they kill that off. Then the Flyers get a power play. Sanheim gets hooked. JVR had a chance off a Konechny pass. Really nice setup off the rush. Couple of chances, some good puck movement, but ended up getting killed off. Miscommunication on the Flyers breakout. McDavid was stoned in front by Hart. Really nice save there. It was McDavid and Draisaitl down low 2-on-1. I mean, that's, I think, like 98% of the time it's probably a goal, but really nice save there by Hart. And the Flyers get a goal. This play all started. Oilers come down, 3-on-2 rush. Ristolainen makes a great play to seal off Turris on the wall. Sets up the breakout. Couturier chips it to Sanheim. Sanheim up the wall. Sanheim up when he threw it up, Konechny made a nice play to find Couturier. A little play off of his skate. Dropped it back. Konechny shot. Ended up going wide. Giroux ended up slamming home the rebound on the wraparound. 1-0 Flyers there. Really nice play. And they get the first goal in this one. Hart had a really nice save on a key shot. Hart looked fantastic in this game. He was locked in. Had a lot of really nice saves. Really good shift there by the Lawton line for the Flyers that the Oilers hemmed in. Lindblom made a nice play to start the shift. Then the Flyers get a goal from the 4th line. Out of anything you would have expected in this game, the 4th line scored for the Flyers. It was credited to Thompson. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets changed to somebody else, but I think it is Thompson's goal. Koskinen misplayed it behind the net. Aube-Kubel stealed it, squeaked it in. And Flyers have a 2-0 lead. And then not long after, 2-1, Tyson Barrie scores. Tough shift because the Flyers could have had that out, lost a couple of puck battles that were really close, just like that last kind of second effort that the Oilers had, which it wasn't really anything against the Flyers. It was just kind of the way that where the puck went and things like that. Just got a couple lucky bounces on it, and then Barrie made a really nice play to break through. A beautiful play to hold on to it. Hart was kind of down low. I think he expected the pass to kind of go low, or Barrie did not get as much wood on it as he did. He ends up getting a lot, roofs it 2-1. And then the Oilers get a power play. Power play, it is just really rough play because I think it was like a trip in the offensive zone. It was Atkinson on the ensuing faceoff, and it's like, dude, that play reminded me of last game when Florida had scored to make it 2-2 at the end of the second, and then Provorov took the trip. It's very similar. So you give up a goal and then you take a penalty. So that obviously wasn't great there for the Flyers. But they ended up killing that off. Hart had a really nice save on McDavid again. Oilers had crazy puck movement. Hart had a couple great saves. Flyers killed that off. Ristolainen didn't pick up a play at the line. Fumbled it. McDavid comes in. Almost hit Puyarvi, but he fanned on it. JVR hit Lindblom on a 2-on-1. Stoned by Koskinen. Another really good shift by the 3rd line. Couple plays by Bouchard that could have been called. I thought a hold, a hook maybe. It just felt like there was a couple ones that they missed there, the refs. But again, I'm not the guy that really goes to look and blame the referees at them really at any time. But those were a couple ones where I'm like, dude, come on. Konechny was robbed by Costin. Great save on the play where Drew kind of went for the wraparound. He already had the goal on it. Why not try it again and then set up Konechny for a chance? Sealer had a really nice stick at the line there. Ended up being offside. McDavid had another play where it almost set up Puljujarvi. Shot ended up going wide. Oilers get a power play there late. McEwen boarding. Bad penalty to take with a couple minutes left. And they ended up scoring a tip in front for McDavid that went off of Braun and deflected right through Hart. Tough bounce. So you're thinking, okay, 2-2, not great. Don't want to take that penalty. Cam Atkinson says, screw that power play goal. Makes it 3-2. 0.6 seconds left. Buzzer beater. Just play. He just kind of Sanheim lobbed it. And Atkinson just kicked it, fired it at one time. Bam. 3-2. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good period for the Flyers. They had their offensive chances. There were two things that they didn't do good, though. Turnovers in bad areas where the Oilers had many chances off the rush. McDavid and PRV, they had the 2-on-1 in front and things like that, like I mentioned. Don't want to keep doing that, and they didn't. And then the penalties. Obviously, you want to clean that up. So the second period, you wanted to kind of go into that, and after this period, shots on goal were 13-12 in favor of the Oilers, so a pretty even period shots-wise, but scoring chances, the Flyers had a lot, and I think Edmonton had a good amount as well, so I thought it was a pretty good first. They had a lot of crazy things, 5 goals, but going into this period, I said to my dad, I'm thinking to myself, okay, just have a clean period here, maybe try to add another one if you can. If anything, just play solid hockey, and it doesn't work in the first couple minutes because the Oilers tied 54 seconds in. Hyman scores a couple lost puck battles in front. Hart definitely might have wanted that one back. But again, it was just kind of a tough play. The Oilers are just so good, and again, they won a lot of puck battles in tight in this game. Flyers really didn't have that much of anything in this period. Pretty boring period, if I'm being honest with you. They only had 6 shots, couple chances. Lindblom had a chance on the third two rush, He had a block shot a couple minutes before. The game definitely did settle down, though. The Oilers had their offensive chances. They had their plays at the outside. Hart had a couple really nice saves. Couturier had a chance where he almost stuffed it home. Nugent Hopkins missed on a breakaway. Puljujarvi got beaten out by Hart in front of the net. Really nice patience there by Hart. Farabee was stoned in front off of a nice rush chance. Good breakout there by Atkinson. Flyers had another good shift from the third line. I thought the third line had a very quietly good game. Like it wasn't like they generated much offense in this game. I mean, like goals wise, like on the stat sheet, but they had a lot of plays where they set up chances. Lawton had a couple chances in this game, almost had one to make it 5-3 late in the third. But yeah, I thought the third line had a really couple nice plays, and I thought they had a lot of good shifts in a row as the game was going on. McEwen probably had one of the Flyers' best chances of this period in a shot. Puck came right out to the slot, just fired it wide. Flyers really didn't do much, though. I mean, that was pretty much it. End of 2, not great for the Flyers. Only had 6 shots, as I said. Shots on goal after this period were 25-18 Oilers, 12-6 Edmonton in the period. So, late in that period, Ristolainen ended up taking a puck to the face off a Draisaitl shot. It was bleeding, just crazy. So, no Ristolainen to start the third. Ended up coming back. Atkinson had a chance in front, just went wide off a scramble. Back and forth start, and then the Flyers literally get a goal like that. 3-on-2 rush, really nice play by Braun. Nice breakout pass right up the wall to Atkinson. I thought Braun had a really nice game as well, to be honest with you, being paired with Provorov and things like that. 3-on-2 rush, Braun with the quick up, as I said. Atkinson just got the pass from Brassard and fired the 5-hole. That's a terrible goal for Koskinen to give up. Great for the Flyers. Atkinson with 2 goals. He's got 6 as a Flyer in 5 games. He's played absolutely fantastic. And then Lawton ends up drawing a cross-check penalty in front of a really nice shift there. Drew had a chance where Lawton found G, and it just literally, Koskinen slid, and it went through the net and Koskinen. So it was the left post, and then Koskinen was over, and it just went right through the two of them. It was pretty much like if it was like a field goal, it would have went straight through. It was just the craziest thing. And then that Flyers power play, they had some good work, couple setups. They had 3 shots. Atkinson had a really nice chance from Farabee, behind the net, where he ended up finding him, where that kind of play where he kind of creeps out. Atkinson creeps in, fires the one-timer, ended up getting blocked by Zach Hyman. But really nice setup there. The Flyers have done that a couple times, and they've had their chances where Farabee has hit Atkinson in the front of the net, and they've done that 5-on-5 too. But again, good power play there. Lawton almost made it 5-3. Koskinen robbed them in front. At this point, 11:38 mark. Flyers had 11 shots. Oilers had 3. So obviously the Flyers, they woke up. They started to play better. The power play helped, obviously getting the goal as well. But one thing I thought the Flyers did well in this game to translate to that offense in the third was the quick ups from the defensemen. They were able to get that up. They got that on the goal from Braun. There was a couple other chances where it just led to them getting zone time. And they had plays where if the Oilers chipped it in, they were right there, sent it right back up, and they went right back on the offense, and they started to do some damage. Giroux ended up losing a face-off, and Nurse had a shot that was a good save by Hart. I don't know if Giroux was mad at something else, but he was. To me, it seemed like he was so pissed off that he lost the draw that he literally broke his own stick when trying to go down and slash on Puyarvi to try to win a puck battle, and that ended up being a whistle. But I mean, that's just another reason of the things that I've seen from Giroux and the leadership that he's shown and things like that. Like, there's been so many plays. I mean, last game at the post game and everything, when I asked him that question, and when he walked in, he did not look happy. I don't blame him. It was a tough loss for the team, a very winnable game. So there's been a lot of things I think Giroux has shown. I mean, you saw after the Atkinson goal when G's reaction on the bench, he goes right behind, he slams at that Flyers fan that's sitting behind the bench. It was just awesome. So I think there's been a lot of things that Giroux has shown. And I think they've played well too. So late in the period here, it's getting down to crunch time, and the Oilers, they get a power play. Connecting takes a stupid interference penalty on McDavid as he's trying to, kind of just skate with him through the neutral zone, which is fine. Obviously you want to do the best you can to defend the guy because he's insane, best player in the world, but you can't slam him into the net. So, interference, two really good defensive plays by Couturier, ended up clearing it both times. Hart had a couple great saves. Flyers killed that one off. Really good defense in the last few minutes after the power play. They defended the line well. Empty net Oilers with 1:57 left. Provorov had a chance as he swung it around the ice. Swung it around the glass. It rolled, and it just rolled right past the right post. So it's an icing. Then the Flyers win the faceoff. 3 straight wins. By the way, actually, the Flyers won all 4 of the faceoffs that were in the zone, but the Oilers won the last puck battle. And that ended up getting cleared out, obviously. But again, Konechny then had a chance. He missed the net. Again, as I said, 4 faceoffs won by Giroux. Again, and obviously the Oilers have the chance to pick the side where they want to do it, and it's McDavid and Draisaitl's best side, but it's also Giroux's. So it was, again, strength on strength kind of thing, and that was one thing they mentioned on the broadcast, and which was perfect for the Flyers because obviously Giroux won all 4 faceoffs. But Couturier ends up getting the 5-3 empty netter. It was reviewed for offside, but it was called a goal. I personally thought it was too inconclusive to take it back. It looked offside from the one angle, but the other one you couldn't see where the puck was, and then there was just a couple other ones where it was just way too inconclusive to really tell. And those aren't reviewable, the empty net goals. I think it's just a situational review where they actually just review it like they do any other goal. But again, the Flyers end up picking up a 5-3 win, 3-1-1 in the season. I think a couple things from this game, obviously. They only took 4 penalties, and they had some really good kills on them. Very aggressive, very good at the line, very patient. A lot of block shots in this game. I mean, they had 26 block shots. That's a lot of block shots. Again, faceoffs were good. The Oilers and the Flyers were some of the 2 best faceoff teams in the league. Flyers won 58% of the faceoffs in this one. And again, they didn't have the best second period. They only, had 6 shots. It looked pretty lifeless, honestly. But they come out in the third, they get the go-ahead goal, then they draw a penalty after that, and they kind of just played really well defensively. A lot of guys had quiet games. I thought the third line, as I said, with Lindblom, Lawton, and JVR, I thought they were fantastic. But there was a lot of good things that they did. Lawton had a really sneaky good game, had a couple chances, and I honestly thought Lawton deserved a goal. I think there was a couple ones where he got robbed by Koskinen, a little breakaway in front, as I mentioned as well. But overall, I thought it was a solid game for the Flyers. I'm hoping tomorrow we see Ellis. That would be nice if we can maybe get Ellis back into the mix. Obviously, you want to have your number 2 defenseman back out there, and have him be out there with Provorov. I thought Braun had a great game though. Nothing against Braun, but again, I thought there was a lot of good things that he did. I thought the Flyers defensively kept the Oilers as much as they could to the outside, even though the Oilers are great. They're a very good team off the rush, and when you give them chances like that, again, Carter Hart was fantastic as well. That's another thing. He made many, many good saves in this one. 34 saves on 37 shots for Hart. Great game for him to go back home and things like that. So overall, I thought it was a great game tonight. Great hockey game. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.